All righty. We are going ahead and starting up the stream for the first Smokewatch. So as evening begins, now I think I will eat my shoe if we get smoke in the next 20 minutes. I think this is a little bit assertively early to have it be monitoring, but I did want to make sure because some of the lists, were indicating that 1 o'clock is a good time to watch for smoke at this point, and certainly wouldn't want to have you guys miss it. So we are starting our smoke watch just a few minutes early here, just to make sure that we are punctual. Perhaps the criminals who seem to have gone from kindergarten lines to relatively precise formations as they, began really entering into that cloistered conclave process. Certainly, the crowds in St. Peter's, as you see, are certainly themselves doing their smoke watch. So, yes, I'm going to go find my phone. So I will be right back. But hey, if you see smoke coming from a chimney, shout it out in the chat, I guess. You can also do the Adopt a Cardinal, of course. I'll go ahead and drop that link in there so you've got that while I go figure out where my phone went, because that's how I keep tabs on what's going on in other aspects of the live. I am ignoring the recommendations, of course, for what to do in terms of having a good computer and such. We are getting personal waves. Really, this is the Vatican news coverage relayed, but yes. So exciting stuff. I'm going to go find my phone. I'll be right back. Just remember, you can adopt a cardinal with that link there, and that also has other times. I will be adding in some more Smokewatch spots as we continue. Okay, so I am back. We are settling in. Those are clouds. That is not smoke. I have that on reasonably good authority. Though that is the sort of issue that you would have with the smoke situation. Having a hard time telling exactly, what it is. Is it black? Is it white? Hard to tell. That bird should have a good bird's eye view. So that way, maybe he can tell us. Not sure about birds' visual capabilities. I guess they could see plenty. It's not like it's a color thing. It's white or black, or if it's shades of gray, that is more of an issue. That's something they've been trying to stop. They've enhanced the chemical formula, as I understand it, and also, as you can see, I believe there's sensors there, basically, to be able to tell from like some sort of molecular analysis what actually is in the smoke that will trigger news, right? So, yeah, the temporary chimney is good to go, and I am getting settled in here for the first proper smoke watch. So, welcome one and all. We do have the spreadsheet links for additional smoke watch times, which I will be fleshing that out because there are some supplemental times I want to keep an eye out for. Because if we do see smoke at one of the unexpected times, there is a stronger chance actually that will be the white smoke, the famous white smoke of the Vatican. Go ahead and do me a favor and comment if you can hear me, just to be sure that I've got my audio coming through. Thank you guys so much. Very much professional, very wow. And I know some of us are multitasking. All right. That obelisk is several thousand years old. It was originally from Egypt, and then it kind of got hauled over during the, I think it would be right around the Renaissance time. I want to say like Alexander the Sixth. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate it. Yeah. This is the live participation portion. Um, so the statues along the colonnade, there's, I believe, 153 statues. Let me see. I've got that pinned somewhere. So I'll go ahead and see if I can pull up for you guys a little enrichment activity, right, with the statues along the colonnade there. We actually do have a little bit of a series going on, one of the various collaborations of Pontifex and Popular History. Basically, when I hit a cardinal in my cardinal numbers who was born in Rome, instead of talking about the Catholic history of Rome, because that would be a whole lot of takes on the Catholic history of Rome, instead we go ahead and pull up one of these colonnade statues, and then Bree and Fry do one of their Facium Sanctus or Facium Sanctu evaluations of the look of that statue, so they get a little rating on that. Today's voting will be a little bit different because they're just doing one round, basically almost like a practice vote. They do take it seriously, and certainly take it more seriously than they used to. There was a time where they would do actually a joke vote to kick things off. We're talking like 14th century. But then I want to say, was it Benedict the 12th? Let's see. Yes, who was elected Pope by accident. And yes, all of you longtime Pontifex listeners would be aware that Bree has told that story before on the show. Basically, they usually kind of kick things off with a rough initial vote, just kind of, pick basically a joke candidate. And the story goes that everyone picked the same joke candidate. And, well, because it was the cardinals voting in a conclave, and they passed the required 2/3 majority, a joke candidate became Pope. Specifically, yes, Cardinal Jacques Fournier became Pope Benedict the 12th in 1334. So there is a pontifact for you. We are certainly not the only ones with cameras. When they were talking about shutting down the basically the cell service in the Vatican, apparently, the media orgs were all like, and so they clarified that did not include St. Peter's Square. So they shut down portions of the cell phone service for the Vatican, of course, to kind of help keep the cardinals more properly sequestered. So we are just carrying on, watching for smoke from the chimney. Okay. You know what? I'm not paying very close attention, but I have Fry here with me. She was apparently banging on the gate for quite a while.
It's not been
Hey,
that
Fry,
long.
welcome aboard.
Hi. It's only been like 3 minutes. We're fine.
All right. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't want you to have to talk to the air by yourself.
Well, I appreciate that because although I was able to get through it this morning, because it's easy enough to do, like for me to do mass commentary and just sort of introduce people to that, the clouds commentary is a little bit less up my alley. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself for a minute while I eat these crunchy chips just to spare you
Oh
guys. Or
no, now
put in the
it
chat if you
goes
want
to
to hear
me.
crunchy chips.
When I used to do transcriptions, people would be like, I'm going to crunch these chips. Is that okay? And me trying to transcribe was like, no. And everybody else on the call was like, that's fine. It doesn't bother us. But then, like, you've just got some man crunching over everything that Sven said. Terrible.
What did we name that gull? The one that is apparently still hanging out on the chimney? I think he's doing his own smoke watch.
Isn't it Philip? Something? Philip, maybe?
Sure.
It's Philip
Philip
now.
Philip Neary. I don't know why. Oh, and you've still got the crud. That's right.
Oh my gosh, I've got the crud so bad. Actually, it's not that bad. It's just all up in my sinuses, but also not enough to be like, should I go to the doctor about this?
Yeah. Oh, here's my colonnade statues link.
Now there's
So
2 gulls.
yeah. Oh, so I had a little kid. Just we were doing the bookmobile thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was getting a book with, don't get the wrong idea because I'm using a specific word here, right? But he had a book with a cardinal on it. Now this was the bird cardinal, so it's not explicitly tied to this live stream. But I asked him because I was curious, with his being like kind of preschool, kindergarten age. Well, he had chosen.
Gull.
Yeah, there you go. He had chosen this book, with the cardinal on it. So I was wondering if he would, have the awareness to know what to call that bird. And so I asked him, like, "Oh, say, so what do you call that bird?" As I was checking out the book for him, and he said, "A red jay," with complete confidence. And I
Red
loved it.
jay.
I was like, "That sounds right to me. Enjoy your book."
Good enough.
No, there are a few jobs more fun than the running the bookmobile, man.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right now, I'm living my best life. Conclave coverage, bookmobile, crunchy chips, which I'm going to mute again.
Google is acting up for me.
Oh yeah, how so?
Yeah, no, so I'm trying to go through all these like emails of bands just sending over their logos or their W-9s or whatever, and I keep trying to like move the ones I've finished out of my particular inbox, and they just keep coming back.
Well, I can see how that would be a problem. Oh, they got some extra bleachers set up.
To watch the smoke.
Yeah, apparently.
Which
Oh, you know what? I'll
direction?
bet that's kind of moot. I'll bet that's the news. News booths.
Oh, yeah, the news. Which direction would the smoke be coming from? Which building is it on?
So right now we're looking away from
Okay,
St.
we're
Peter's, I
looking away
believe.
from it. So the news would be able to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah. Yep. Because that's that same obelisk, I believe.
Yes.
I was talking about. Yeah. That
The
bird.
Gull family has left.
But yes, we are streaming the Vatican news coverage because I figure that's going to be the most straight from the horse's mouth. And actually, just to see if this enhances the experience, right? I'll go ahead and see if there's audio going on that. I don't know if they'll have commentary or
Usually,
not. It's
there's
usually like
only
a traffic
the
cam,
audio that they need on there, which is nice.
which I also appreciate. Yes. So
It's not
just in
like the
case they start
American
saying like,
news
"Oh, I
stuff.
see some smoke," we'll get the camera over there. Like, yeah, we'll be ready for that. But we can have ambient crowd murmur.
Well, if we were watching like the American one, they'd be like, And this happens, blah, 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 blah. This time, blah, 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 blah. They have to fill in the air like we do.
I was gonna say that's my job though, so I can't have someone else doing that. Speaking of, I would say it's not likely, honestly, that we'll see the white smoke today. It is likely that we will see smoke. They do technically have the option of just not voting tonight, but usually it seems like they do like to get one out of the way. Just that practice round where they hopefully don't accidentally elect a pope. But if they do, you know what? That'll be a fun story. So when we see the smoke, my guess is it'll be black.
But if it's white, then it's done.
If it's white, there you go. Yeah. And this is certainly a day to be watching for smoke.
It's so cloudy.
We've got some very cloudy, smoky clouds, cloudy smokes. St. Peter's, by the way, I think you're probably aware of this, but it is shaped like a keyhole, which is one of my favorite little facts because it's like.
I think Bree mentioned that at some point.
Yeah. It's like 500 years ago, people are thinking about the view from above, but I guess, it's God looking down or something.
Yeah, we got to worry about God. Less about drones and, things in space.
Yeah. What's that one thing where like you eat the fried baby bird or whatever, and you hide it under a napkin to hide from God? Have you heard about that?
God.
Yeah, it's as horrible as it sounds.
Ugh. Ick.
Hello again,
just
Marie.
a car in the middle there. Like, what's that car doing? Is that some Uber waiting to pick someone up?
Parked very illegally.
Yeah. Why is that car there?
The classic Jumbotron cam. What they need is the kiss cam.
Or we need somebody doing the like, this guy looks like, and then zooms in.
So what you're saying is we should go actually back to the American commentary.
No. We can do it ourselves.
Mm-hmm. This guy looks like Cardinal Ray.
It's Cardinal Ray.
I'm picking my teeth on live YouTube.
It's fine. My entire room.
It's fine until the white smoke comes out and this video gets a few thousand views.
My room is completely not like web stream ready at all. So like if I get my room clean enough to actually be on camera by the time the Pope is elected, it'll be a papal miracle.
Yes. So will this conclave, ladies and gentlemen, place your bets, will this conclave take long enough for Fry to clean her room?
Now I'm against the clock.
Oh boy. I think the idea is the Cardinals are the ones supposed to feel against the clock, but I still need to figure out, like, are they still doing the like bread and water after a while? I don't think so technically, but if they take a few years, I think people will take the roof off again, even if it is the most famous roof in the world.
I do not think they would. If they take the roof off, could they put it back on? Because like then some of those architecture things are like priceless artifacts.
That's
can't
what we
just
need to do.
the roof.
Yeah, in preparation for the next conclave, get the Sistine Chapel a removable roof, just so we can honor tradition while also not destroying, like I said, some of the most famous artwork in the world.
Just like gently put some things in so that it could be hoisted.
Well, they did the new floor, right? So just new ceiling.
Ceiling
I think most people,
the ceiling.
Yeah, most people would argue that the Sistine Chapel does not need a new ceiling.
Michelangelo would be really mad.
But you got to have something to poke and prod them Cardinals. Wonder if that's a news helicopter or like security. I feel like it's probably security. I don't feel like they're letting people that aren't security in the sky at this point in this particular place.
It's probably Trump. Just being like, I'm a fly in a helicopter.
Yes.
He's probably also the one that parked that car.
No, he had someone park the car for him. Yes. The wait and watch.
Well, I guess praying the rosary would pass the time.
Yeah.
How long
Um,
does it take? Does it take to do a whole rosary? Like an hour or something?
uh, I mean, if by a whole rosary you mean like like all the mysteries, then that's a good hour. But if
Yeah.
you're just doing like the five, like the one loop around,
Nobody
um,
does one loop around if they're just every time I've ever seen a rosary, people have committed.
oh yeah, that is the
Yeah, I
opposite of
have
my experience.
no,
Although,
nobody ever does a one around whenever
yeah,
I'm around.
is
Like,
is
no.
are they just on their best behavior for you, or perhaps for Deacon Dad? I don't know if
I
he's
don't
usually around for it.
know. Like the last time we did it was at my sister's funeral and it was the whole thing. And like I don't know. It's just I have never ever done it or been in a place where it was being done where it is only the one chunk.
Yeah, but yeah, 20 to 25 minutes is usually my when I do a rosary because I do the one chunk. I'm a minimum effort sort of person. Occasionally, we'll just do like a decade, like just the Our Father, 10 Hail Marys. Uh,
Mhm.
pretty spiritually lazy here. I think raising kids counts as prayer. I think Pope Francis would say that.
It used to be my my aunts used to do whatever where they bring the host out and you stare at it for an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, adoration,
Yeah,
riveting.
adoration, and like they do a rosary then, and it's
There, there are some blessed episodes of popular history because I did straight up have my laptop with me and was editing podcasts while manning the fort for adoration. But I mean, come on, it was like a 5 a.m. shift. I signed up for a 5 a.m. shift, so I get to do whatever at that point.
sometimes you just go in church and you sit and you look at Jesus in his little Jesus boat.
Yes, and sometimes you just be in the room where that's going on and you edit podcasts.
Well, other people do the adoration for you.
Yes, it's interesting. I talk on my show a fair bit about like the sort of like Martha and Mary sort of combo. Like one's more about the prayer, the other one's more about like doing the dishes. Um, and I I noticed that the dorms where they're staying are the Domus Sancta Marta. So like
Hmm.
Saint Martha's house, which is very much like the serving sort of aspect, right? Not so much the prayer aspect, which is interesting because that's sort of the hotel things. That's where the support staff are in and out. So I do think that's sort of a nod to that division of church labor. Hmm.
I love that it's getting dark there. I know
Yes,
it's like
yes,
six
yeah.
20, which it would be
Seven
starting
7:20 now. Yeah,
7:20. Yeah, it'd
yeah.
be
They're
getting
6
dark
hours ahead.
here.
It's not London. Yeah. I think they do light up the chimney because otherwise that would be real tricky seeing the smoke.
Right? Which color is coming out? I don't know. How
Everything is
much?
black.
I wonder how many of these people are on TikTok.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm not
Like I
on
said,
that side of TikTok, so like I wouldn't ever scroll through and get a live of this,
mm-hmm.
but I assume people do it.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption. I'm watching. I'm watching.
The gull.
For the smokes. Yeah. No. Oh wait. Oh, okay. So Marie, I misread your comment initially. I thought you were saying we need to make an Animaniacs version. I mean, I was like,
No, there's an
sounds
Animaniacs
intimidating.
version. I
I
don't
have probably
remember it a
seen it. I
lot.
used to
I'm
watch
sure
a
I've
lot
seen
of
it too.
Animaniacs.
I was I was a
Yes.
child of the 90s. Child in
Yes.
the 90s?
Yes. Much like one of the cardinals who was born in 1980.
Don't
Again,
say that anymore.
illegal.
I don't like it.
It's it's
I don't
bad.
like being
No,
old.
no. Yeah, I was also in the 80s, so yes, I'm gonna have some crunchy chips about it.
Oh, what is that giant thing? I'm sure it looks normal if you could zoom into it, but it looks like a weird giraffe.
The thing poking up there, or
Yeah, like whatever that it's brown
that
and black.
that it was in the middle, because that was the
Yeah,
obelisk. That was the obelisk that we keep seeing, and this
that's
here's a
the
chimney.
obelisk. That's a
Yeah,
chimney. I was talking
yes.
about the cryptid.
I don't know that it's all cryptid, so you'll have to tell us where, or chat help. Obelisk, right? Question mark. Probably.
Are there children behind you? Someone walked behind you, Greg.
No, that's spooky, because now you're telling me about cryptids, and I'm here alone in the studio, and you're telling me that someone walked behind me.
I'm seeing things.
I will say my light is flickering, so that's fun.
Oh, we
As
need to
long as
see
my
my floof.
laptop
My
isn't
floof
flickering.
is napping, but I can show you the floof at some point.
Oh, the floof. I got a burb to show you.
This bird?
Yes. Has anyone adopted Cardinal Leo yet? Yes. I believe Cardinal Leo was claimed. Yes. So I'll go ahead and put a link back to that document. When you click on that link, you will land on a little section that tells you where the what times these live streams are for the Smokewatch. But then if you go over to the other tab, that's the Adopt a Cardinal list. But yeah, if you want, I'm happy to, make a suggestion, or we can do random. I've done random for some folks. By the way, the ones that have hyperlinks on that Adopt a Cardinal list, those are links to their Cardinal Numbers episodes, because several of them have episodes out, and actually a larger number, believe it or not, actually have episodes written but not recorded yet. Obviously, I was not. I was hoping Pope Francis would hang on for longer so I could get these episodes out, but he had other things to do, like go to heaven. So hopefully, anyhow.
It was time.
Mm, I mean, I honestly thought his time was coming in February, so it was very nice to see him. Got excited Easter when he did the Urbi et Orbi speech. He wasn't looking great, but he was looking better than he had been, and kind of the first time you could go and see him. And then that was his last public appearance, and then he got vanced.
Oh, we gotta stop giving things to JD Vance. No trophies, no popes.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Marie.
Yes, thank you.
The most famous chimney in the world, and it is a temporary chimney. Just in case you haven't caught this from the other streams. And by the way, again, if you're new and haven't been on the other streams, Adopt a Cardinal. Go ahead and put the name of a cardinal in the chat. If they haven't been claimed by the linked document, which go to the second tab for the cardinals, then you have adopted that cardinal. And I'm not reading that comment out. Listeners,
Not out
there are
loud.
comments. Yes.
Oh, this chimney looks temporary. It's like holding on by threads here.
Yeah, I mean, like you when you think about it, it's like, okay, that makes sense. There's not like someone baking bread in the Sistine Chapel normally. But yes, it is very much purpose built for conclave communication, literal smoke signals here. But yes, if you successfully, if the cardinal you pick gets elected pope, or really the person you pick, I don't care. If you give me a name and it's not a cardinal, I say, "Are you sure?" And you say yes. I'll put that name down. That's fine. We can expand this list. But right now the list is primarily, cardinals who are under the age of 80. So that's kind of the ones that are most likely. My daughter did choose Cardinal Ray because he was the one cardinal that she knew from watching our first live stream with Pope Francis's funeral. Those who have been watching the last couple of masses will know what we mean by a Cardinal Ray looking really good for 91, getting about well as well. So honestly, if I had to pick one that was over 80 that they might be tempted to look at, it would be him. but typically it is going to be someone in the room, right, actually doing the election. Just because it's hard to kind of say, oh, I don't know who it should be, but not one of you guys.
We do have to write our Martin Short gets elected to the
Oh,
papacy
goodness. Yes.
movie.
Yes. Oh, no. I think since we've got sort of the crowd murmur audio, even if I'm looking away or something, not that Fry would ever look away,
We
I
would
think
hear
we'll
an audible
hear,
gasp.
yes, hear increased murmurs. All right. This is the Crunchy Chips Pope Watch, by the way, because I am going for more Crunchy Chips.
What type of chips?
They are the ones that are like with just the cheese wisp or whatever, because like I'm theoretically trying to do some low carb sort of thing. They're expensive as all get out, but they're delicious. Cinnamora or whatever from Costco, pizza flavor.
Okay. Pizza flavored cheese chips.
Here, I'll give you
Got
one
it.
crunch.
Oh, that one snuck up on me. I've been muting myself.
You're welcome, fans of chewing sounds and coughing. I noticed that our listenership just went up, actually. So
Oh, God.
we got to give the people what they want, Fry.
Oh, no. At least the sinus infection only appears to be on one side of my face. Are they expecting, like, they were doing crowd shots before, but we've had an extended chimney shot. You're still muted.
Thank you. We are to where this is fairly likely chimney time, right? Because they're almost certainly going to do a vote tonight. Theoretically, they don't have to, but generally speaking, they seem to want to get that out of the way just to shake the dust off.
You
Because
think that they
honestly,
would have told someone?
right? Well, no, it's a secret.
They're gonna shut those doors and they're gonna be like, yeah, I guess we're not gonna vote tonight.
They
And then they're
they
gonna
could
walk
only
out
they
and
could
there was
only
no
tell
one to
us
know.
via black or white smoke whether they're going to vote tonight. So put up black smoke, guys. If you're not going to vote tonight, just do us a favor. So I
The
think the
seagull's name is Philip.
yes, Philip Neary, and I don't know quite why, but yes.
Except his whole family we haven't named. He's got a baby and a wife.
So he can't be Pope.
No, he cannot.
I don't know that
They
human was on the list of requirements.
who said a dog can't be Pope? Honestly, I think gull is one of the options on the list. On the salt marsh roll. Oh, Philip
Uh-oh.
left.
I think Philip's sensitive to smoke, so I think it's coming soon. And yes, Corvicula 1979. I will go ahead and get you Cardinal Collins. He is currently unclaimed. Just as a reminder, I do have the option, if you just say, just give me a random one, that's fine. I've got a random number generator. I will make it happen.
Oh, gull is not an option. Oh my gosh. I've never actually read through both of the lists.
Oh, of what, for the
The
pirates?
John rolls. Yeah.
Yeah. The genre of John rolls. This one might. I think she wants this one to be a John.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to figure out how to tell John and Philip apart.
This one's John. Unless this is Philip's wife. In which case,
Joan.
Joanne.
Johannes Angelicus.
Nigel. Oh, goodbye.
Okay, so I gotta ask, because aren't like corvids, like crows and such, is
Yeah.
a corvicula a nod to burbs? Are you actually one of our seagulls chatting in? Yeah, we're definitely on the dedicated chimney cam.
We are.
Just
Well,
curious. I'm gonna
we
pull up
haven't
another
decided if a
feed.
cat can be a pope. It's funnier if a dog's a pope because then it's an Airbud reference. There's no rules that say dogs can't be popes. Also, I typed corvicula into Google and it gave me corbicula, which is a clam.
Okay, I found that there's a lot of things that are clams.
Everything's a clam. Or a crab.
Mm-hmm.
Or a cabbage.
Why? AP has like multiple angles.
You want multiple chimney angles?
Yeah, let me see how easy this is. They also have cow chops. We can just talk about cow
Oh, you're breaking up for me.
chops. Oh,
Oh no.
and a happy it's probably because I'm running 3 streams at once.
That's too many. That's too many.
$150 computer.
There you go. There you go. You're back. You're trying to find a better shot.
Yeah, trying to see. Let's
we
see.
were we were getting remix Greg. You were very
Ah, okay. Well, that's fair. Let me see if I can figure this out easily. Okay. I'm gonna switch us. And then if that makes things bad, then we'll undo it.
Okay, I trust you.
I don't. I do not trust me. But that's okay. All right.
Oh, there's a lot of shots.
Yeah. There we go. That gives us a little bit more to look at.
Yeah.
It might be 3 seconds behind. So I understand if we're bound on that, but Vatican News was not giving us the variety there.
The Vatican News just wanted us to watch the chimney.
We got half chimney. We got 2 chimney cams now.
That's so many chimney cams.
That's a lot more chimney cams than the average.
That is the Vatican chimney, though. Official
The
Vatican
special chimney. I wonder if they reuse it, like the temporary chimney. Like, what closet does that go into? Because apparently it's a super long chimney. It's not like it's a short building.
No, it's got to be reused. Like, why would you?
All right, new special: the history of the chimney.
We gotta tell Bree.
Yeah, what year is that chimney from?
I went. You know, it'd be funny doing all of that Saint Malachi stuff, and she was
Oh
like,
no.
"Oh, yeah, okay," and then did it. So that'll be interesting. But we're gonna have fun with you with that later. It's a secret.
Oh no.
It's a secret.
Well, right now I'm halfway convinced the world's going to end because like wasn't Pope Francis the last one on the thing, and yeah,
That's why you have to listen to our episode about it.
I'm not loving the news right now. But that's all right. We got Pope Watch going on. We got Smokewatch. We got all right. Is this Philip or John, or is this someone else? Someone's flying up there on the upper left. They were. Man, they're fast.
They are fast. I hope they're getting a bunch of snacks.
Someone's doing some sort of crowd chant or something. They should do the wave. Some of the cultural differences are interesting Like I remember.
With Monday.com's
Oops,
intuitive
ad
No.
time.
platform, you have the power.
What'd
What do you
you
guys all
do?
think about
Not admins.
Monday.com?
How'd you do that?
Watched it long enough. The Associated Press wants our ad money. Vatican News wouldn't do that to us.
Vatican News wouldn't. We'd have to look at the chimney in the Gulf forever, but it wouldn't make us look at ads.
This is clearly American coverage.
Okay, that is. Imagine if an ad came up when the chimney was going. Greg, we need to get off of here.
We need to get off of here. Yeah, that's fair. All right, we're gonna pull Vatican News back up. We need to focus. Chimney time.
I love that. The crow. Yes, you were right about crows in that username.
Nice. So this Vatican feed that we're going to be switching back to, they are actually having this feed, not with the chimney cam so much, but they have this live stream running constantly. Like you'll see it's at like day 31, and they basically just kind of reset it every month. Which if you ever just want to kind of like, see St. Peter's hanging around, that's the feed to do it on. But all right, so we're switching, sharing to the other one.
We
Getting the
can't.
hang of this.
We just cannot have there be an ad when it's time to go.
No. Have you tried Roman Pontiff?
And like, I do pay for YouTube if you need that, but like, then I'll mess up my YouTube.
You'll just get chimney cams from around the world.
I don't want that.
Chimneys and gulls.
Give me my detective rat jams.
Does it count? Like, I guess, yeah, we're watching that feed. Okay, I was like, is it counting our own recording of ourselves?
It didn't actually, like, I had streamed the funeral and it didn't mess with my algorithm then. So like maybe because it's news and a live thing that's happening, they don't just assume that I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Mary
wife
says
also
she has
paid YouTube.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Well, we're gradually upping our setup, right? One of the first innovations once Pope Francis passed was getting me a mouse that doesn't click, because I apologize for some of the clicking situations on some of the recent episodes. It is what it is. We wanted to make sure we talked about Cardinals in a way that you guys could hear it before it became less relevant.
That was a wild episode. You're like, here's the Google Doc. Buckle in.
That's right. I did share you guys the Google. I didn't want you to despair, because I wasn't doing an alphabetical order, and otherwise you would just lose all sense of time and place, and I would probably have to send someone to like wellness check you guys. You would zone out for that. Yes. Glad there's been no smoke yet. Yes, you have not missed it. So, yes, we are certainly not the only feed tuning in. In fact, we're mooching off of the Vatican's feed.
Wasn't Umberto supposed to come? Where's Umberto?
So Roberto said Umberto was supposed to come, but no, actually, he just that was another day, because Umberto reached out. Oh, you know what? No.
It says
Roberto
today.
did it right. I put it down wrong. Oh, that's so on me, and I threw Roberto under the bus.
Oh, you threw Roberto under the bus.
And would do so again. Let's be real. Yes. All right. Well, I apologize, Roberto. I will convert to Orthodoxy and stop caring about the popes. It's just the first among equals. I feel like the chimney twitched, or maybe that was my eyes. This bird just keeps framing the shot, though. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a 90-minute drive and gonna spend it with us?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll try to be entertaining.
Oh, Walter's a good guy. Oh yes, the crows are definitely having a time with the crowd snacks. They're like, ooh, crunchy chips. Heyo, Trocanero, you have not missed today's smoke? Will it be black? Will it be white? Will the Pope be black? Will the Pope be white? Who knows?
Could go any way.
So yes, Umberto fans, I apologize, but same time tomorrow will be Umberto,
Oh,
assuming there has
Umberto's
not been white smoke
tomorrow.
yet.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, he said he's Smokewatch number 3. So that's my bad. I went and tried to copy and do all sorts of stuff with that list in too many places and lost track of myself. But yeah.
Amazing. I love it. Just putting all the information in wrong. It's fine.
Yes. Yes. Oh, by the way, so anyone else wanting to go ahead and adopt a cardinal, I'm going to throw that link back in the chat, periodic reminder. So if you haven't adopted a cardinal already, feel free to adopt one, or talk with someone you know. See if they want to adopt a cardinal. All you got to do is go on this here YouTube feed, which you're already there. Congratulations. And list a cardinal in the chat. You don't even have to look at the document if you don't want to. You can just think of a cardinal. And I will put them in if no one's playing. Yeah, really. I mean, we've established, unmarried Catholic male could be Pope. So the idea is if you pick the name of the Pope, not the papal name, right, but the name of the person who will be elected Pope, then you are a cardinal, because cardinals are the people who chose the Pope, and you chose the Pope, so you must be a cardinal. So we will figure out some way to get you some form of red hat. Let us know your red hat preferences without getting political. And we'll get you a nice title for show purposes, and then figure out something to do with getting you a titular church as well, because cardinals have titular churches. So
you've got some family cardinal adoptees that you need to log.
Yes. Oh, did you give me and whichever of the kids wanted one a random one? So let's see. I got there's a number of Gassmans on this list. I'll tell you that. So, all right. If you guys want random ones, okay, I'm gonna give you random ones. But if someone chooses the name of one of these ones that I'm choosing randomly for my kids, I'm not that corrupt. I'm just a little bit corrupt. So probably if someone else wants one of these, I will boot them and give you a place and have them go into another random spot. But yes, so I will go ahead and work on that with my, or actually, yeah, if someone wants to pick for them or give us a random generator number, right now we've got 105 unclaimed cardinals.
105 cardinals?
Yes, unclaimed, yes.
Unclaimed, okay,
yes.
Well, random number generator.
Yeah, if people want to choose options for my kids for the
75.
Chat. All right, 75. Okay.
This is how I pick horror movies to watch on Friday. Oh. Pete also would like a random cardinal.
Okay. So 75. I'm coming up with Cardinal Poli. So we'll go ahead and say that is Williams.
Right, we got 104 now.
All right.
I generate again for 66.
66. Okay. Not making this easy on myself. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Because I got to skip the ones that were already adopted. Okay, so Dudernay Nzapalenga. Who was that 66 for? Was that in the chat?
Yeah, let's give that to Pete.
All right, Pete Halifax. All right. I figured if I do the YouTube usernames for folks that'll make it so that, if you don't want it to be your full name, then it won't be. But yeah. Okay, so Pete Halifax, you have adopted Cardinal Durnay Nzapalenga. All right, and then I think I saw, all right, Michael Zerny. All righty. And then what I'm going to do is, yes, Michael Zerny is not adopted yet. So Victoria K. Martin. We'll go ahead and put you down there. If you have adopted a cardinal and you do not see them on the list, or if you aren't sure, I can double check for you. Because I know there was one that had been, I definitely assigned Cardinal Omela E. Omela to a person, and that did not stay on the list. So that was a technical hiccup. So just, while we're waiting for Smoke here, if you want to double check the list, make sure, if you claimed a cardinal, they're on there. And if you haven't claimed a cardinal, well, then use that look at the list to get yourself a cardinal claimed.
Oh, we've got an emergency.
Well, you get this many people in a crowd, it is a thing that happens. They've got a whole process for that.
Did more of your children
course.
need randoms?
Yes.
So we're at 102?
Yes. So 102. Yes. Give us another random, and I'll plug in another one of my
34.
children. The big thing is I got to remember which of the children have cardinals now already. So we got William and Catherine. I'm doing this in absolutely no order. 34. Okay.
Also, Mary said that Catherine picked Patrick.
Oh, okay.
So maybe
No,
not.
Catherine picked Cardinal Ray.
Cardinal Ray. That's our
Yeah.
that's our
Now, if
girl.
Catherine would like to officially change her vote to Patrick, she can, and then Cardinal Ray will be available. But she told me earlier today she picked Cardinal Ray.
Okay.
I think she picked Patrick yesterday, so we're going with her latest because she's a little. So 34 was the number I was looking for.
34.
Okay. Sebastian Francis by my count. So that's another one of my children, right? Let's go ahead and say that is Patrick. Nope. Wait, Patrick already picked one. All right, so Patrick's covered. Okay, I got more kids. It's all right. I'm Catholic. Let's do Gabriel. He got to go to the doctor for a checkup. That's why I was zooming off earlier. All right, and then Joseph would be the last one. So you want to do one more rando.
58.
58. I feel like we're playing bingo, although I guess that involves numbers and letters.
C58.
Thank you.
Does Mary need a rando?
She does not.
Okay.
She's got one claimed. I forget which one. All right, so Antonio Augusto dos Santos Marto.
Oh, Mary does need a rando.
Oh, she does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, let me put Joseph's down. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, tell Drew he doesn't have a cardinal picked yet. All right, so Mary needs a rando. So give me Mary's rando number.
All right, 20.
20.
A nice round number.
Yeah. And it's out of 100, another nice round number.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinal Manuel Jose Macario de Nacimiento Clemente. Or, something in that direction. So Vice Pope, Mrs. Pope, their history. There's no rule saying a dog can't be pope, but he has to be unaltered. That's fair. That's fair. I got a clap a moth.
Clap a moth. That poor moth.
Yes. Well, sorry, moth, but do not want you around. Well, at least I don't have to eat my shoe. Like I said when we started this, I would eat my shoe if it was in the first 20 minutes. I felt like they gave a pretty generous window. The other thing is, it takes a while to do the voting, and this is the largest conclave in history.
If it takes as long as it took them to read, because they have to say the little phrase, if it takes them that long, it's going to be like an hour.
Yeah. And they got to then count it and then recount it. And then they got to, burn the ballots. And, apparently, when they elected a pope in the conclave movie, they just kind of hung out for an hour before sending up the smoke anyways. So that'd be another 3 hours.
They hung out smiling and nodding at each other.
Hey, man, that almost got an Oscar. It was a good movie.
It was well done.
Yeah.
And I'm very surprised with the internet being the internet and all, nobody has given away the ending of the Conclave movie. Nobody has yelled about it. There's no spoilers. It's very interesting to be that way.
Man, I've given away the ending of the Conclave movie.
You know what?
Not on the internet. So Cardinal Farrell is available. That's true. Yes, so Laura McFadden, you will have Cardinal Farrell unless you say, no, I wasn't actually claiming him. Okay, and Cardinal Farrell is not a Polish one because I do see your note, Mary, about your mama. And at this point, I might put a little asterisk next to other people's family members so I can remember to potentially boot them as well, because we are giving precedence to people watching the live stream and claiming it through the chat for themselves. But why not? This kind of helps fill the Smokewatch time. As conversational as that chimney is, we don't even have the bird right now. So we're riffing.
The bird's gone. Yep, look. Is there smoke? No.
Now just listen to the clickety-clack of my keyboard. Okay. So then, all right, put my knowledge to the test. If there's a Polish one available, she wants that one, otherwise a random one. There are definitely Polish cardinals available because there's enough Polish cardinals around to do whatever you would do with Polish cardinals in a group. Let's see. Who's Polish? Focus on one that's under the age limit. Oh, Grzegorz Rees. Yes. Which apparently that's how you say Greg in Polish. Grzegorz. I'm just going to put the Polish version of Greg in the chat. The lasers are pointing at they're preventing the lasers from reading the glass on the windows. So the lasers are they've got anti-laser defense, as I understand it. So they're trying to keep the lasers away. But yes, that is apparently one way of spelling Gregory. There's more Z's in it than I would have expected. I do have a thing in my cardinal numbers where I have a whole column in my spreadsheet trying to convert the names to, what you might see on a set of overalls, that Henry Ford or whatever would approve of. So the most aggressively anglicized versions of the names. So, Grzegorz equals Greg, Ricardo equals, Henry, that sort of thing. So, because I wanted to have statistics on, like, what's the most common first name for a cardinal? And a lot of it's like the apostles, that sort of thing. But yeah, so more on that eventually. For now, focusing more on the more modern cardinals for obvious reasons. All right, so Kathy Swinford. Robert Serra is available if anyone wants to claim him. He is Papabili. Yes. I'm Gregory. Indeed. Bird Friend's back.
We got like 3 minutes before it was supposed to be over, the Smokewatch, but I guess the Smokewatch is inevitably long forever.
Well, the Smokewatch was going to end shortly after there was smoke anyways, unless it was anything else, unless it was
Yeah,
white
right.
smoke. It's not like we just, all right, guys, we got another half hour to stare at this chimney because dang it, we're doing this. No, I tried to give end times just to give people an idea for folks on your side of things. The public side, I didn't even give end time, so they're just smoke watching indefinitely.
The Smokewatching forever.
Oh, and yes, I missed this comment earlier, but yes, absolutely, the St. Louis Cardinals should be there as electors. I've got a random number generator plan set up for cardinal numbers. Basically, there's somewhere between 4,000 and 7,000 cardinals, depending on how you define things over the course of history. Well, rolling a d20 3 times gets you 8,000 options. So I was going to fill out the extra space with players on sports teams named the Cardinals. So that way you can just decide you want me to release a random episode. I think that chimney has more endurance. We are back here with the most famous chimney in the world. And we are officially recycling the commentary because we are an hour into watching this chimney. We did try the other feed. The other feed made us watch ads, and that is not something that we want to be dealing with. So maybe in the future, next time I'll get logged in on the YouTube access that apparently everyone but me has, and that will let us have more ad-free options. But for now, Vatican Media, don't do me wrong. Although, Fry, I think you can do screen share if you wanted to pull up the AP version.
Oh,
If you're not in a situation to deal with it, that's fine.
I have so many tabs open.
I have 1, 2, 3, 12 tabs open, which is, that's pretty regular for desktop use. My $150 laptop, rate my setup. Pope Kyler Murray. Okay.
I have 7 tabs open over 3 different Chrome accounts and 1 Firefox account.
I feel bad. I totally missed the part where Bree checked in from work for a hot minute.
Oh yeah, no smoke.
So she's getting tattoos and working today. Man, she's busy. It does occur to me that other people don't necessarily put their lives on hold automatically. I do hear some clapping. I think it's probably more boredom and general excitement. Like there should be smoke tonight. So let's see. There's enough excitement there. I'm like, are we getting it? What do they know?
What do they know?
Light travels faster than sound, right? I'm gonna sneak a peek over on the other feed, see if maybe there's something going on. Did someone like bring out a really cute cat?
The Associated Press now has 3 different chimneys.
They're honing in on that chimney cam. The bells will also ring in addition to smoke if there's white smoke, so it will be loud. They've made efforts to make it more clear, but yeah, I think they're just kind of starting to do their crowd games now. At a certain point, you know, the interest, people just start doing stuff when you're in a giant crowd. Maybe they're gonna have someone come out and be like, "Hey, yeah, so no
Some
no
dude
smoke tonight."
just typed in the Associated Press one,
Oh,
I
I
am a
saw it.
Swiss guard.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
It says, I am a Swiss guard. One of the candidates fell very ill. They're going to keep it a secret until the end. It's very chaotic inside. It's one of the African cardinals.
I don't feel like that's true, but okay.
This feels. Are we sure?
There is so much mystery, though. I mean, you were talking about fluids on the floor.
I was. Did I condemn this man?
No, you only condemned him if he died, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch to eating some cheese like an absolute hooligan.
Oh, I've been eating sour airheads, which is not food, really.
Well, it's not the fact that I'm eating cheese that makes me the hooligan. It's the fact that this is the block of cheese I will be eating.
Oh. You're
It's
not even
large.
from Wisconsin. What are you doing?
Eating cheese and peanuts. I'm low carb. Basically a Minecraft block of cheese. My kids are currently dying from the sounds of it.
The Associated Press has started calling the Swiss Guard the Sus Guard. Thanks, chat.
I thought you were going to say that they called the election. Yeah, no, I do not get my news from YouTube comments. New Pope's first act is to ban them sending up the smoke. He just wants to mess with people.
Will wants to ride the scooter inside. Amazing. Updates.
Yes. Oh, yes, there we go. I forgot, this is also a route for news from my house. News from Rome and from the floor above me. Will loves that scooter.
Maybe smoke came out a window instead. No, I got all the windows on this Associated Press one.
Yeah. So for what it's worth, my educated guess, Corvincula, in terms of the who on the St. Louis team being Catholic, I didn't really consider that. I just counted them as Cardinals if they were part of the team, because it's not like the team, won't let you on if you're Catholic and unless you're Catholic and unmarried. So I was just counting anyone who was officially on the sports team starting from the beginning. And I will say, in those early days, there's a strong chance of a 19th century baseball player being Catholic, just for historical reasons. A lot of Italian immigrants, Babe Ruth, for example. Who I don't think was on the Cardinals, but you know what I mean. Did the smoke come out a window? Possibly. I think, maybe some Sound of Music action when God closes the chimney. Did they not open the flue and there's just smoke filling the Sistine Chapel as they run around, but they're out of ballots, so they have to go grab more ballots to make a new round of smoke, so people unlock the doors and let them out? I don't know. It's possible. All right, so it drew once Erdo. Oh, and I guess Will's selection is Cardinal to ride the scooter inside, right? Since that's been the format for the other Cardinals
Cardinal
commissions.
ride the scooter inside, yeah.
If there's a man named Ride the Scooter inside that gets elected Pope, Will will have won it. Okay, with Will getting claim on Cardinal to ride the scooter inside, Marco Aurelio Poli is back to available. I don't think Guppy will be updating his vote, but maybe he will. That's our nickname for Gabriel. Youngest. For some reason, not being from a legit Swiss Guard, yes. The reason is it's on the internet.
Mm-hmm. And they paid to boost their post. Just some dude being a troll, but it's fun.
It is fun. The policy position there, yes. Pro 4-year-olds riding inside. All right. Which cardinal would be most likely to be supportive of 4-year-olds riding a scooter inside?
Tagle?
I was thinking that. Tagle's already taken, though. But
Yeah.
he was the first one that came to mind. It would be a very Francis thing to permit.
Guffy wants whatever cardinal thinks 2-year-olds don't need naps. I'm pretty sure most of those cardinals think they need a nap.
Oh, yeah. So, according to the random number generator, Sebastian Francis, Cardinals,
Amazing.
Sebastian Francis thinks that 2-year-olds don't need naps. Krajewski would let 4-year-olds ride their scooter inside, but he's also claimed. Not Cardinal Mueller, that's for sure.
I love how your live stream has way more woos. Like, why are we doing woos? You can't just woo at nothing, guys.
I mean, they gotta be doing something. I think Cardinal Ambo would be pretty pro riding a scooter inside. He's got a nice little nickname. Can't remember what his actual name is, so I can find him in the alphabetical order. Not Mbongo Basungu. Cardinal Pablo Virgilio Sionco David, aka Ambo. Because Ambo means grandfather, so that works. Yeah, that's a grandpa sort of thing to let happen.
Oh, to let a 4-year-old ride a scooter in the house?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all right. So he's got Cardinal Ambo. Moth time.
gotta stop.
It
So
has been a
you,
while trying to figure out this moth situation.
my middle child used to bring moths into her room on purpose, just like from outside, collect them.
Mm.
So is one of your children bringing the moths into your office?
Well, no, they can fly into the office. I don't have the walls going all the way up, which is maybe not the best soundproofing, but
Coming from where? The outside?
the kitchen's right above here, so that's probably the best guess. But we have not found the source of the moths, or we would not have moths.
Don't let them eat your shirts or whatever. Your wool.
That's part of the concern. At this point, they're eating something because this is more than one, batch of moth.
You've got generations of moths.
Yeah. We got rid of the generations of mice real quick when we got Felicia. Shout out Felicia. Oh, Felicia needs a cardinal. Can we get a random number for the cat?
A random number for the cat. Sure.
Remember, humans can also participate in Adopt a Cardinal. So I'll go ahead and drop that link again in the chat. And if you want to click an unclaimed cardinal or one with the last name of Gassman or Swinford, I'll probably bump those. No offense, my family.
Got 38 for your cat.
38 for Felicia. All righty.
That means all the corgis need one. The Pontifex corgis. Ooh, parasitic wasps in the mail. I don't like that.
All right, so James Michael Harvey for Felicia.
Oh, the gull's back.
Yeah, I appreciate the sustainability of that concept, but I don't think I really want to have parasitic wasps.
In the house of your children.
I mean, he did specify that they're small enough that we can't see them, but like, will they harm us? Umberto would not lead me astray, though.
Would he?
I don't think so. I mean, we were just talking about the big A versus little A assassins, so that was fun. I think that's on the feed. Umberto, did I get that on the feed yet? Our bird friend is back. Is this John or is this Philip or is this someone else?
It's Joanne.
Joanne. Well, I appreciate you thinking of us for your trial run. Beautiful. So yes, go check out the history of the caliphs kind of coming together and sort of election things going on and a lot of warfare and contention. And Prince Ali being too good for this world. Apparently, I'm a Shia. On the AP chat, I'm seeing Habemus Nada.
I went away from the AP one. It was just there's too many chimneys on my screen.
There's too many Swiss guards sneaking in chats on their phones.
Sneaking in chats, being like, people are dying, sir. You're not real.
I did mention earlier, but it's worth repeating. I do believe they will light the chimney if it comes to it. So I have given that cat more baths than I care to, have given that cat. So you know what? I will figure out a cardinal hat solution for the cat. Felicia the Prognosticator would be her nickname. She got rid of our mice, so she gets free room and board for the rest of her life, even though I'm mildly allergic to cats.
Oh, I was wondering, because you said you couldn't have a dog because you're allergic to dogs.
One of my kids is, yeah.
Oh, the babies.
One of my parlor tricks, right? I can put a cardinal hat on anything. Put a cardinal hat on this chimney. I think tomorrow, when we're doing more chimney watch, I may well end up just doing the backup plan I had of just recording episodes of Cardinal Numbers live.
What? Well, Umberto's gonna be here, so you'll have someone to talk to.
Yeah, and actually, Dad was saying he'd be up for being in studio for the 6 a.m. Eastern one tomorrow. Umberto's doing a Smokewatch number 3, so that'd be same time tomorrow if we get to there. Of course,
there's a 6 a.m. one. That's not on the calendar.
It should be. Turns out I'm really bad with the time zones.
Oh no, wait, 5 a.m. Okay.
Yeah, so 5 a.m. for you. Yeah.
I see it. I can't read suddenly.
Oh, well, no, I told him the wrong time. That's cool. Okay, so it's 5 a.m. I'm going to text Dad real quick.
We're not actually telling the seagulls apart. That's our secret.
The secret is you bluff it, you fake it till you make it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad we were convincing, though.
Right? Just gotta say it with your whole chest. This new Samsung UI, I'm gonna complain all day about it. It doesn't let me look at my notifications anymore.
Boo.
What's the point? What's the point of having a phone if I can't even look at the notifications? All right.
If you don't have your notifications, how are you going to tell if there's a new pope?
I don't know. Can we give the corgis, the Pontifex corgis, some cardinals?
There are worse infestations to have than moths. Correct. Yeah, that's why my solutions to a moth has been clapping them and not like buying 100 different things. Although we did try moth traps, and turns out moth traps are just completely ineffective. But yeah, we'll usually buy in bulk if there's another infestation remedy available. Cardinal red collar. Perhaps, yeah.
Oh, and your cat? Does your cat have a collar, or is she naked?
So she is naked these days. She had a collar for a while, but she didn't like it, and eventually she ran away for like a month and came back real skinny and not doing well. And we nursed her back to health, and she doesn't want to leave anymore, and we don't make her wear a collar anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah. She's got her claws, but she just did not have the she was not in practice to keep up with the neighborhood cats, I think, was the issue there. But at least she remembered where home was, and yeah, got it through, because I was worried there was going to be some tragedy, especially when, okay, take a few seconds to not listen if you're not going to want to hear this. No animals actually get harmed in the story, but long story short, we had one of those like GPS little tracker things on her. I think it was a tile or something. And at one point it stopped moving for a few days, and I was like, oh shit. But I went out and checked out. I found it on the ground because it like she I guess lost enough weight or something that it just kind of fell off. So yeah, that was better than what I thought I was going to be coming across.
Oh gosh, Photoshop a cardinal hat on the chimney. But then how will the smoke get out?
I'm
Oh
still
my god, you're
thinking
just
they
eating that
didn't
block of cheese. Are you
they
gonna eat
didn't
the
open the
whole
flu.
block of cheese?
We'll see how long this conclave goes for.
The whole block?
At this point, I'm committed, and I was planning on keeping it more of a secret, but it turns out Mary did end up tuning into the live stream. So,
A secret cheese?
Mary, we
What
need
is it?
more
Is it
cheese.
cheddar? What are you eating?
Sharp cheddar, great value.
Ah, the Wisconsin, the Walmart brand
Mm-hmm.
cheddar cheese.
Originally a 4-pound block. We're down to like a pound.
That's so
This
much.
is how I lose weight because low carb diets are weird.
But yeah, it's how you lose weight, but it's also how you put everything in your arteries. You lose weight, but then all the fat goes into your bloodstream.
Yeah, Mary, I tried the Dubliner cheese. It's too sharp for me.
But I ate mozzarella sticks for lunch, so I don't care.
There you go. Gotta be Swiss because it's holy.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of, what that chimney reminds me of is like a train whistle. Like I'm waiting for it to toot toot.
Well, if it is sad that it's not going to toot when the smoke comes out.
We don't know that. They changed the recipe.
I hope it doesn't toot. That's a lot of pressure to be putting those cardinals under.
I mean, at least one of them, I think, has like a civil engineering background. That is one of the more amusing things is when you dig into their biographies, the ones that are not like straight to seminary. Like, what were they up to? Like Pope Francis being a bouncer.
Sometimes they just do things. Side quests. Because you really only need a degree, and then you can go to seminary. You don't need a church degree to go to seminary.
Yeah. Yep.
So you could do anything. You could be like, hey, I got my degree in molecular biology. And then go to seminary.
One of the cardinals, I forget which one, but I was going through his biography and I was like, wait a minute. And like eventually, I forget how I actually confirmed this, but I confirmed it to my satisfaction that he does not actually have any academic degrees, which is unusual.
How do you get there?
You get the theology, you get the philosophy. But yeah, I mean, he basically, I gotta look that one up. A lot of them, do have doctorates. They've got like, super advanced training and are professors at seminaries or whatever for a while. But yeah, who was the one that had no degrees?
How do you get where you are with no degrees? That's fascinating.
If you don't go to college, you can't be a cardinal. Imagine giving that speech.
What if you got like an honorary degree? Like, when they're like, oh, we got a famous person to come talk to us, and he just got like an honorary degree and never went to college.
Oh. That would work. Okay, I'm going to potentially be fact-checking myself here. Because, maybe I got this wrong. Who knows? We'll figure it out. Part of my idea with this whole project of cardinal numbers is I want to know things about the cardinals, and I want those things that I know to be accurate. So if I get other people listening who are nerds, and they're willing to fact-check me, let me know so I can update my facts and be a better factor person next time, right? I got a librarian degree. I'm supposed to be doing this right. And I do appreciate the research. So let's go ahead and get the most accurate information we can. Bottom line. But Oscar Cantoni, actually, is an Italian cardinal. He's the one that I have, where as near as I could tell, he has no degrees, and yet he has like written multiple books, which, I mean, you don't need a degree for that. And then you
You do
just kind of
not
get
need a
known as a
degree to write
person who
books.
knows stuff. And yeah. I mean, I assume he's got like, high school diploma, but not like advanced.
Bell Von. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that name, but they would like a
Reason.
random cardinal.
Oh, okay.
We're at 97, right?
I've seen how good I am with some of these numbers and such, but 95 is what mine's showing, because we gave the cat one and then maybe something else happened.
Okay. 72.
72. All right. So Cardinal Sergio de Roja. A lot of clappity claps. Someone knows something we don't know?
Probably not. That is a lot of claps.
Check the other cameras. Why is the sky 3 different colors on the AP's feed?
Like, why is the one in Mexico?
Yes, it's got the Mexico filter on for sure. It's getting to some nice sunset though.
There's nothing happening there.
Apart from the comments are going insane.
Oh, no, Mom's watching. Say hi to Mom.
Hi to Mom. Mom, do you want a cardinal? The bird has a wire. Birds aren't real. It's okay. I have grown fond of the gulls, and the gulls are fond of the audience. So just for the record, when I first started tuning into things very early this morning, Vatican News had 999,000 subscribers, and they are now at 1.01 million. So congratulations.
Maybe they're clapping for the bird.
That
Yeah.
is the theory. I think I see that theory in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know if Pontifex officially hit a record number of downloads the other day when you did the
Oh,
two
I don't
Cardinal
get to
specials?
look at the downloads. I asked about the download. I mean, I guess I could figure out how to log in, but that's free.
Guys, just so you know, I kind of point this out at every opportunity because it amuses me. Not that I don't like her, but just the objective description of the circumstances is that Bree is not here in part because she is being stabbed repeatedly.
Yes, Bria's
She's
gone
getting
to
a
a
tattoo.
So maybe Bree's still at work. It is only, what?
Yeah, she was talking about work at one point.
It's only like 11 there. 11:30.
Oh.
Aren't tattoos an afternoon activity?
Toot toot. So one of my coworkers got a tattoo before work. So, that would have been like a 5 a.m. appointment.
Amazing.
Oh, boy.
I wish they were doing, because we've been on this chimney now for like
Yeah.
40 minutes, and I wish they would do the crowd shots and do all that.
Yeah,
Like
because
you would,
even the AP is not doing the crowd shots. We got to find another streaming service. And guys,
the
again,
the
my computer
AP
could
stuff.
not afford to do more streams.
Hang on. Oh, fine. I'll go look.
Oh, there's the Godzilla cam though again. One of them shaking. Are you guys enjoying the riveting commentary about feeds that you cannot see?
Well, it looks like most of them are doing the
I was gonna say-
Associated Press's feeds.
I was gonna say, presumably you all also have the multiple tabs option, but we're staying on Vatican News for the time because we don't want to look away and miss the Pope. And the Associated Press threw an ad at us, and that was not going to be a good situation.
No, we can't have that. I really love that all of my top YouTube suggestions are now like, do you want to watch the Vatican live? But have you considered watching this bird build a nest?
And then you're going to get the chimney ones, I'm telling you.
All right, so that's the Vatican's live feed.
I'm sure the bird's a meme already, though.
Oh, probably. Yeah, nobody else really has any new shots.
Yeah. I mean, again, thinking back, like, they closed the doors, like...
11?
Yeah, like a couple hours ago. And this voting process takes time. You've got 133 cardinals in that chapel. They vote one at a time, and then they double and triple check the results. Plus, 80% of them are doing it for the first time. It was kind of nice that we actually got to see the oaths part. I actually originally thought that the oaths were going to be off camera, but Pope Francis seemed to make more of a bigger deal of making things visible when possible. And he was like, had his doctors being oversharing in some regards on like his health status, for example, in February. Like, you're not used to seeing like the word vomit in a health update for a world leader.
No. I just got sent a message that says a watch chimney never smokes. Yeah, so many people are using either the Vatican's one or the Associated Press one.
Yeah, I feel like those would be sort of natural.
There's one outlier from MSNBC, and it is the weirdest shot. It's like behind a statue on the roof.
Is it the bird's eye view?
Yeah, if you were like not flying.
It's one of the birds. They got them wired up. Yeah, it looks like you got about 135,000 people on the Vatican stream and then about 39,000 on the AP.
Well, now we can't see the top of the chimney. You did that. Scroll back up.
Oh, sorry. I forgot that one of my tabs is more sensitive than the others. And when the birds got the word. All sorts of smoke color suggestions in the comments.
They should really put
Red,
a light
green,
on
blue,
that.
pink.
It's getting dark.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm willing to say it's a any minute now situation because I don't think they're not going to do the smoke tonight. They could
Wouldn't
theoretically,
that
but
be
I don't.
funny, though?
But yeah, like I don't even know how they'd communicate that they decided to not vote, or like maybe they do have maybe the sketchy YouTube fake Swiss Guard guy.
The sketchy Swiss guard guy, the sus guard.
Sus Guard.
Ugh.
NBC News reporter says it's now 8:30 p.m. and if smoke doesn't come soon, it might be hard to make out against the quickly dimming Roman sky. You ain't kidding. I feel like if we get to 9 Rome time, which is another 22 minutes, yeah, they don't
Yeah,
get
how
a
are we
light.
gonna
Yeah.
see it? Oh boy, they would have to turn lights on. Do they have lights for this?
They've got lights that exist.
They've got lights that exist, but do they have a spotlight for the chimney?
If they didn't, epic fail. But I mean, they live stream the view of this area, like I said, on Vatican News every night. So surely someone would be thinking about that. He said with waning confidence as the light does not come on.
As it keeps getting darker and darker. And the chimney turns into a shadow. Wouldn't all smoke look white in the spotlight? Maybe.
Do they have a clock in there so they know, like,
so they know
what
how
we're up
dark it
against?
is? Do they got windows? No.
No, because the windows are anti-lasered. Gender reveal for the Pope.
Thought we weren't doing conclave spoilers.
The lasers thing is older than that movie. So I remember hearing about that with John Paul, I guess Benedict's election. Oh, never mind. I see what you're talking about.
Aha! You got there. Wow. It is definitely getting dark fast. EWTN just got rid of theirs and was like, no, we're not watching this anymore. And has
they gave up?
They gave up. EWTN gave up.
Yeah, I mean, it's not required that there be smoke tonight. That is genuinely surprising if there isn't.
The Catholic News Network gave up. So, like, what do they know that we don't? I love how it got less dark that the gull appeared. Like, the camera's like, I can
Yeah,
focus again.
it's like flashback. Is the crowd straight up cheering for the gull? That's what I'm wondering. Can
I'm
they see
pretty
it?
sure that they are straight up cheering for the bird.
Crowds have cheered for the bird in a papal election before, and it had more of an impact than you might think. That bird's going to get elected pope. AP comments continuing to have a normal.
Are they just shouting names still?
Just people are just copy pasting flags, basically.
Oh, they started pasting flags and not going, where's smoke? Tagle, smoke, tagle. The AP chat is a disaster.
Every time the bird shows up, I hear the clapping start again. Yes. Yeah, I do think that they are straight up clapping for the bird.
Mm-hmm.
Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word.
The
Specifically, the bird is John.
human condition. Like, we're supposed to watch this. Let's clap for the bird every time it shows up.
You got to invent a game out of it. For example, those of you I haven't mentioned in a little bit, we do have Adopt a Cardinal going on, so I'm going to go ahead and chuck that in the chat once again. That also has other live stream times for you to sit and watch at a chimney for a few hours.
Yeah, sit and watch a chimney for a few hours. You know what? I remember one other time, Mom definitely had this on the TV. Not with me talking, which is what's happening now, but like just watching like the news, watch the chimney.
Yeah. Did we get Mom to does she want a cardinal?
I don't know if Mom wants a cardinal.
I'll just list her as Mom. My mom would be very offended.
You can list her as Deacon Mom, since it's
Deacon
Deacon
Mom.
Dad.
Yes, there we go. But yes, that link will take you to the spreadsheet. I think you might land on the one that has the timing for the different Smokewatches. At the end of the day, you know, Smokewatch timing, as we've seen, is flexible. But
Yeah, we're still here.
the Adopt a Cardinal is the other tab. So that is where, you know, if a cardinal hasn't been claimed yet, you can claim them and you have adopted that cardinal. And then if the cardinal that you adopt is elected pope, congratulations, you are now a cardinal, because the people who choose the pope are cardinals. So we will figure out some way to get you some sort of red hat, some sort of special title, and perhaps a titular church, because cardinals have those. So yeah, adopt a cardinal today, and do so by putting their name in the chat. And if you need a list, it's on that link. And there's also random options. Just tell us you want a random one. Or describe your ideal cardinal, and we will find the cardinal for you. I have a cardinal curation ready, because this
Do you
chimney.
really?
Well, I mean, like in my head, I can figure out, you know, what cardinal meets the criteria you're looking for. Like silly name one is the one I know I need to go back to, because they're getting Omela, Omela.
And we did just do the cardinal most likely to let a 4-year-old boy ride a scooter in the house.
Yeah, I mean, the example I was going to go to was, you know, I did a Polish cardinal. But yes, we also did. I forgot the cardinal most likely to let a 4-year-old boy ride a scooter around the house, and also the cardinal that thinks that 2-year-olds should not have to take naps. So absolutely we curate cardinals. Your cardinal concierge. Oh, the bird has the light in it. He's bioluminescent. That makes sense. And this is coming from the bird expert.
Radioactive birds.
Charismatic bird, I'm told. So there's another EWTN feed. Not worrying about it, though. They do have Chimney Shot, basically the same one we're looking at.
All right, Mom says that she doesn't have a pick for Adopt a Cardinal and that we can pick one for her.
Awesome. You ready with the randomizer?
Yeah, how
What do
many?
we got? 94.
All right. Give Mom 45.
45. All right.
Oh, we've got a few in the chat adoptees.
Excellent.
If I start shouting random numbers, won't mess up your count.
Yes. All right. Gerald Cyprian Lacroix for Deacon Mom. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and catch up on the
And he's Papa Billy.
Papa Bile. Jean-Marc Aveline. The crowd's going crazy. The bird must have reappeared. No, I don't see him. Where's...
I hear him.
You hear the bird. Ah. Did he like swoop down and steal someone's pretzel and just the crowd just went crazy? Because that feels like
Probably.
the energy here at this point. Can I adopt Jean-Marc Aveline? Yes, you can. So Sarah Van de Bunte? Bunte? Yes, you can.
What if the gull is elected Pope and it's a female? We're not going to elect the birds.
Sexing birds is surprisingly complicated. And I just... the fact that the verb to determine the sex of an animal is sexing can make it really hard to discuss without being awkward.
It's true.
All right. Daniel Bowling. Yes. Isaac Cardinal Thotumcall, Basilios Cardinal Clemus. Because his name situation is complicated from his tradition. Basically, he has a regnal name, kind of. Because Basilios and Clemus are both titles. Well, I guess Cardinal is as well. He is the youngest cardinal not appointed by Pope Francis. He's a Pope Benedict appointee, and he's actually still on the younger end. I think he's probably, early 60s? If he got elected, that would be fascinating. Any of the Eastern Catholic cardinals would be pretty fascinating. 65. Oh. Born on a certain anniversary.
Born on the anniversary of his birth, I hope.
Born on Mary and I's anniversary. I guess I can make that clear. There were a couple cardinals where their date of birth was not clear, and they kind of got adjusted. So, like, they went from being over 80, which is the cap where they, automatically lose the ability to participate in a conclave, to suddenly being younger than that. And that happened twice.
One of them drop out?
Yes, one of them subsequently was not feeling well enough to go to the conclave, which certainly has my eyebrows raised. But yeah, yes, I will say, not necessarily inherently suspicious, because birth records are a heck of a thing when you're in a post-colonial situation in Africa. But yes, one of them did proceed to drop out, not come. And then another one not coming lost his right to participate because he did financial scandal stuff, and Pope Francis made him resign as a cardinal, though he still kept the title. But he was supposed to resign all the rights and privileges, and then he tried to argue that voting in a conclave is not a right and privilege of a cardinal that he resigned. Like, clearly he didn't mean that one. As soon as Pope Francis wasn't really around. Roberto, I'm going to go ahead and add you to the stage, all right? Give me a thumbs up. All right, we're good.
Was Roberto here?
He showed up. Absolutely.
I showed up.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm back.
You're not even on this one.
I know, but
He is now.
It's slow at work right now.
He found the link somewhere.
I mean, it was the same link.
It was. Yes.
We didn't hide it very well. No, I told you could come.
We're still
After all, we lost
the
Umberto because I put his thing down in the wrong slot. So he had, I remember, told me to do Smokewatch number 3. So he will be here. We'll see if he's here this time tomorrow, or if it's already Pope time, or how that works.
So
probably, just to catch folks back up, it probably will not be Pope time tonight, although I am increasingly suspicious the longer that this goes on.
Yeah, it's still going.
Yeah.
I mean, has it just been the chimney shot the whole time?
So
3/4.
Until like an hour and 15 minutes ago, it was a bunch of they were just doing all sorts of random shots, and it's been the chimney since. So we've been pretty much an hour and a bit of change on just this chimney.
And the occasional bird, who are Philip and
Joanne.
John and Joanne. Yes, and there's the baby bird.
Huh. And there's nary a cloud in the sky that we can't even confuse as a.
So it's interesting, because if you go to the AP's coverage, which is currently having an ad, which is why we're not on the AP's side, the lighting is very different depending on which screen you're looking at. The other ones, it looks pretty dark. So I wonder if this is like a filter view.
Interesting.
Yes.
Sunset is coming.
It do be coming. Okay.
Yeah.
What is...
I mean, it's almost 9 o'clock Rome time.
Okay, which student is this that I have to...
Roberto's still doing work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm remote today, which is why I'm on. If I was actually in the office, I wouldn't be able to do this because I'd have people coming in and out like every 20 minutes.
Fair.
I also just got out of the meeting, so I was like, "Oh, great." we're planning on going to IKEA tomorrow for work.
Oh.
Prism, who regularly joins us in our bad book reading on Patreon, has asked if we can call the conclave burners, as in Burning Man.
Yes.
There we go. The official answer.
Question mark?
So I could tell you how long the longest conclave is, but I don't know if I could tell you offhand the longest Smokewatch is, but this is a relatively long one.
Yes, got another deposit.
Yeah. Roberto's excited because not only is he getting people hooked on academia, but he
I'm
also
learning.
managed to miss the first 2 hours of Chimney Watch.
I missed nothing. I waited and waited, and there was no smoke. Because if there was smoke, the chat would have been going crazy.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, so I am going to turn off my mic for a minute because I do have a few crunchy chips left.
Corvicula, 1979. I think it would be great to get Cardinal Micola as the next pope. That would be an interesting thing.
Perpetually long papacy, though.
That'd be great. You know, like,
Especially since we'll be doing divine liturgies up in here.
right? What's your rank for how long they rule for, Fry?
What's
Tempus
the what?
Pontificus.
Tempus Pontificus,
Yeah, just getting a nice Tempus Pontificus score.
It would be really cool to have a non-Latin cardinal.
Right?
So just for reference, for those of you who have not heard this spiel before, because I did tend to give it for context for why you see some of the cardinals dressed pretty differently. The Catholic Church is composed of a total of 24 sui juris, that is, self-governing churches that are all kind of under the Pope, but they often, have a pretty good amount of latitude. That's why you'll see that different dress, the different liturgy, just keeping their ancient traditions, right? And so several of the cardinals are from those so-called Eastern rites, which is 98% of the world's Catholics are, the Latin/Roman Catholics, which is not a difference between the two, but there's multiple different ways of referring to it. But people often forget about the Eastern Catholics, but they're pretty unforgettable when you see them, in a lineup compared with the kind of uniform or almost uniform nature of the Latin Catholics. But like we saw earlier, some of them will have like the lace choir dress, and some of them won't have the holy lace, as it were, which there is some leeway there in terms of choosing, and they kind of bring the vestments that they have. So yeah, that's interesting. The Vatican News will have like specific instructions to the cardinals, basically saying like, hey, show up here, at this time to be ready in time. Don't forget to bring, your mitre, your hat, using all the right terms. But
we're cheering.
I still think it's the bird. It's the bird. So every time the bird pops up, the crowd goes crazy, and that's pretty much what they're doing at this point. But
I mean, we do too. So like,
oh,
smoke!
It's black.
Woo!
So
all right.
What does black mean?
Black means no pope.
No pope.
No pope. Try again tomorrow. All right. Black means we can go home.
So Pope Watch is over?
So Pope Watch is ending soon. We're not going to keep this going for too much longer. We could probably wait for the smoke to stop
Wait,
billowing.
we gotta tell Bree. Hang on.
Oh, we gotta tell Bree. No,
God.
well, there is smoke, but it's black.
See, I came on and immediately started smoking. Perfect timing.
Yes. So in Daira, yes, they have done a ballot. They can do a ballot on the first night. Usually they do. In this case, it took a while.
I love this shot. You can't tell what color it is at
Oh
all.
my God!
It's much more clear when they've got the like modified color one.
Oh my god, yeah. It's like so
But yeah.
dark, and it's like, no, it's actually bright.
Yeah, no, they're definitely monkeying with the colors overall. But bottom line, they could do one vote tonight, and that is the sign that they did do one vote tonight, and it did not produce a pope because they have to have a 2/3 majority to be elected. So yes, various of you are welcome to go to bed or otherwise go about your day. I've got a couch to pick up. So tomorrow, 4:30 a.m. my time
Oh, it is dark.
is the first potential ballot. And then, yeah. So let's see. All right. So the list that I keep dropping in the chat has the Adopt a Cardinal and the Smokewatch live stream times, which I will be enhancing those now that I'm no longer trying to actively watch for the smoke here. So there's going to be a few potential opportunities. Like if they have a pope elected on the first ballot of the day, they might do the smoke early because obviously they're not going to have a second ballot. But if he doesn't get elected on the on that first ballot tomorrow morning, they do have the option of a second ballot tomorrow morning, in which case that would fall into that Smokewatch window that we've produced there of a 5 a.m. Eastern time, 11 a.m. Rome time, 2 a.m. Pacific time, or whatever, insert your appropriate time zone. But yes, so there is the first possibility of a Smokewatch. I want to make sure I say while we're here on the stream. So it could be an hour and a half before that would be sort of the estimate. So, 9:30 Rome time, 3:30 East Coast time, or about a little after midnight, 12:30 West Coast time.
I'm sorry,
Would be
Greg, I
the,
will not be joining you for that third watch.
Yes.
Second.
Yes. So I'll be plugging in those times for those. But yeah, just for reference, in case you don't want to miss any Smokewatch possibilities, it will be here in however many hours that is.
So 3:30 tomorrow. See you then.
3:30 a.m.
Oh, never mind.
Oh wait.
Oh, we got a new Adopt a
What
Cardinal.
What am I doing?
You're not.
All right. I'm not doing this well. All right. So, correction. 4:30 a.m. would be first Smokewatch time for Eastern time. And then the Rome time was correct, 11 a.m. Yeah. The 9:30 a.m., the other time zones I said were correct, but the Eastern time I got wrong.
They're putting out double smoke? The
earliest
smoke is
Eastern
done.
time possibility is 4:30 a.m. When the Smokewatch time, we will be broadcasting. So how about that? Just watch for the live. Get up and do not sleep. All right? Farewell. Thank you all. Any last words?
Hallie's adopting.
Hallie's adopted a cardinal.
Hallie's adopted a cardinal.
Hallie from
All
Quest
right.
Friends.
Okay. So yes, that is fair. Lazarus, you hung sick. All right. So Hallie, Quest Friends. All right. I will go ahead and put that down. We are getting our cardinals adopted. We have 90 left after this one. So remember to put your cardinal name in the chat. If you get one and they've already been chosen, don't worry. You don't lose your option. You would just need to pick another one. Sometimes the tricky part is figuring out which part is the last name.
And if your cardinal gets chosen to be pope, you get the prize of knowing you picked the pope.
Yes, the prize of knowing you picked the pope will get you a red hat in some fashion. We'll work that out. We'll get you a special title and a titular church, because obviously you picked the pope, so you must be a cardinal, and cardinals get a titular church and all those other things. So adopt a cardinal today. And if you aren't sure, you can always opt for random. Just let us know. All right. Thank you, everyone. We will see you at least for me in the morning.
Couple hours.
I'll see you later.
Hours.
A good 12 hours at least.
Yes.
I'm at a conference this week, so.
All right. See you guys. Thanks for
Bye.
joining us. Yeah. Thanks, Fry. Thanks, Roberto. All right.